You know, the last time around that started making videos, I bought all sorts of neat little toys. I didn't even buy a lot. And some of it I already had, like I had some little tripods or whatever. Um, but I bought like an extra microphone. I bought like a gimbal. I bought all kinds of really cool stuff. And, you know, I was starting to make a couple videos a little, you know, a little bit on a consistent basis. It wasn't as consistent as I really wanted it to be, but I did. Um, anyways, and then I stopped. I stopped mainly because, well, it was two reasons. One was it's a lot of work to kind of get them done. You know what I'm saying? First, I have to come up with the conceptual aspect of it. I had to, you know, come up with what's my message. There was just a lot of, you know, even pre-production work, like even pre-filming work. You know, I had to really think about what it is that I was going to say, how I was going to sound, and so on and so forth. And then the other part of it was, you know, the lighting. And then, you know, I was at home with Dan and I wanted to make a video, and he's sitting on the couch just like pretending to be on his phone, but then he's listening to me, and that was kind of weird. Um, there was just a lot of things that were kind of going around all at the same time. So anyway, so that was probably one of the biggest reasons. But the other reason is just that I realized that I need a co-host. You know, it's kind of a lot to take on like a whole video on your own unless you just have so much to say, you know. And in my mind, I feel like I have a big personality, and I do. I know I outwardly do have a big personality, but once the camera turns on, like it just kind of dulls down just because I have so many things that are kind of going on in my mind and, um, you know, all at once. And it's difficult to kind of be able to now get it out. Anyways, today's video for me is just that I want to start doing this again. You know, right now I'm in a little bit of a standstill. I'm a little frozen in time. Well, I'm frozen in my situation right now is what it is. Not frozen in time, but because I'm not really happy right now at all. You know, um, work is really hard right now. You know, I'm still a store manager for an AT&T store. I moved over here to Calabasas. When I was first started making these videos, I was in West Hills, and now I'm in Calabasas. And the transition to move over from West Hills from West Hills over to Calabasas was a really difficult one because the people here, even though it was like, I think it's like a 3 mile difference, or excuse me, a 3 mile distance from West Hills to Calabasas, um, the clientele is just completely different. But I really don't want to go off on a tangent with the differences between Calabasas folk and West Hills folk, because it doesn't matter, and it really affected me. Um, and it's been pretty rough. These people are just on on another level, and I was used to dealing with a certain type of people or person, and to go to this opposite end of the extreme was really hard. Anyways, but I really want to start doing these videos again because, like I said, I'm a little frozen, and something's got to give. Every day I just do this. We do the same thing, Dan and I. We do the same thing every day. We go to work, and we're not really getting any joyful fulfillment out of it, you know? And because work is so exhausting, Calabasas is so exhausting, these people are so exhausting. When I get home, all I want to do is just be at home and be quiet. And although I'm getting my equilibrium, you know, because I go from being so stressed out at work to just nothing, and then I go to bed pretty early, anywhere between 9:30 and 10, just so that I can have the mental rest for the next day. You know, I've been doing it for so long, especially after, all these months, since I moved over here. And I'm realizing that I'm not getting enough fulfillment. I'm not getting enough fulfillment in my life, and I'm not happy. Dan and I are good. It's not about Dan and I, but I'm sort of the leader between the both of us, and I kind of lead the charge. Dan does his thing, and he does some of his things on his own, and I feel like he's getting more fulfillment than I am, just because his job, I feel, is not as demanding as mine. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, it's stressful. He has his own stresses and he voices them, but I mean, mine, the way that I was talking to one of my other coworkers the other day, and he was telling me about all the white hairs that he's starting to grow. I'm getting them in my beard. I haven't gotten them in my head yet, maybe one or two, but most of them are in my facial hair, and they're starting to come out. I mean, I know my mom has a whole bunch of white hairs in her head, and she had them at a pretty young age. I remember she's 75 or 4 right now, and I'm 36. So I know that she had them pretty young. But because of the amount of stress that I feel, every day or whatever, I don't know. It could be, that's why maybe I'm getting white hairs. I don't know. I mean, 36. I mean, some people get them really young. Some people get them much older. It just kind of varies. I don't know. This is maybe normal for me, but either way, the point is that this is really stressful. To do what I do. There's so many deadlines to meet, goals to meet, angry customers, and so on and so forth, and it's just starting to really wear on me. So I really want to just start making these videos as an outlet, because right now I don't have an outlet. Frozen as I am is because I'm not doing anything to get out of that rut that I'm in, a rut that I'm in. I'm not going to the gym. I used to when I was like in my early 20s to mid 20s to even my early 30s. I was going to the gym consistently, and I'm not doing that anymore. Um, and when I was going to the gym, I know that I was meeting people, I was making friends, and I had like something that I kind of stuck to every day. And now I just stick to coming to work, and then I go home, I shut down, and then I rinse and repeat. And I do it over and over and over again. And I get 2 days off a week. I get off, Wednesdays, and I get off Sundays. And, they're not together, they're staggered. I work 2 days, and then I'm off, and then I work 3 days, and then I'm off. And the amount of time that I have off, or what I do on my days off, it's just not enough. I mean, it's enough to rest my body, because I do sleep. I go to bed pretty early, and in my days off, I sleep and I rest, and I try not to do too much. Um, on some occasions, we have a lot of family stuff, or we have other things that are going on, and then I take the day off. Excuse me, I have more to do, but it's not, it's not feeding my soul. I'm just not feeding my soul right now. I want to leave. I want to leave this job. I want to leave it so bad, but I'm frozen, scared that things on the other side are not going to be green. I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to make the same amount of money. Right now, Dan and I want to get married. The problem is not Dan and I want to get married, or if he's gonna, or he wants to marry me. The problem is just all that money that goes into it, and Dan and I have built up a nice little nest egg for each other, and right now with the way work is, the way that I'm feeling, and so on and so forth, it's difficult to let go and say and be happy to plan this wedding, because there's so many variables that I'm so unsure of right now, that if we decide to go forward with wedding plans and actually start putting deposits and so on and so forth, and that nest egg is chiseled away, I'm afraid that something might happen, and I won't be able to recuperate and keep us afloat. you know we just merged companies, et cetera, et cetera. long story short, we had to put a pause on the wedding plans. The wedding plans we were supposed to get married in October, but that's completely not going to happen. We're pushing it into, this is 2019. We were supposed to get married October 12th, 2019, and now we're pushing it to April 2020. We still have some more research to do because we had an initial plan that we were going to do it at Danny's parents' house, and then now we're thinking about another venue, and then outweigh the cost and the work and the labor that it's going to take into actually, doing it at Dan's parents' house, versus the cost of just doing it at a venue where other people are going to clean up. So, and I know that there's cleanup work there to do too, but it's just, there's going to be a lot of just additional work if we just did it ourselves. So even though it might be cheaper, but with the rental of this, that, and the other, and so on and so forth. Anyways, just so much to explain. I'm just afraid. I'm afraid, and I'm frozen. I'm frozen because I feel like I'm being backed in a corner. Every day I'm fighting, I'm fighting to hold back this anxiety. My job is always put on the line. Every month I live month to month scared that I'm going to lose my job. My benefits. I don't have a lot of health problems right now, thank God. And I eat whatever I want. I don't try to gorge myself. I just drink water, but something's got to give. Something's got to give. So I'm going to start with these videos. I don't know which way to go. I know that I have to go back to the gym because I want to lose weight so that we can, so I can look good for our wedding day, so that we can, relive those wedding pictures and be happy with the way that I looked. And I know I don't have to do that, body positivity and stuff like that. But I want to, I want to look good for that day. They say that I need someone to make, I need to make the suit fit me, not me fit it. But I think it's a compromise. I want to lose the weight. Anyway, it's good for me to lose weight just because, I want to make sure that I live the longest that I can. Okay, so, I got to start somewhere, and I got to get creative because, when I was living on my own, I was singing more. I felt like I was getting more fulfillment. I mean, it's all situational because right now, I'm making more money than I've ever have before, and we have a lot of comforts that we enjoy and so on and so forth. I just bought a new car, and Dan's is gonna have to get a new car pretty soon, and we're gonna be okay to buy that and put a deposit down on that so that we can have a new car. I'm not gonna lease anymore. I bought this one, and Dan's gonna buy the other one as well, so that we're able to enjoy a couple of months of not having to worry or stress about, not even stressing because we don't stress, but having a little bit more money that we can put away, save, just be more comfortable. I don't know. I think it's a really good idea. No, I know it's a good idea. Not that I don't know. I know it's a good idea, and just we're moving in that direction, and I'm happy about it, and Danny's happy about it as well. But I want something to give. I really do, because I am not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. I'm happy with Dan, and Dan and I love each other, and so on and so forth. And Dan has a different song in his head, and I know he does because he's still able to take pictures of himself and do selfies. He's so narcissistic when it comes to the selfies and stuff, but he doesn't say anything, or he doesn't speak out loud, but I always catch him, like taking all these selfies. But anyways, he has these thoughts in his head, and this song that plays on automatic repeat, and I kind of envy that because I don't have a song playing in my head. All I have is stress and just anxiety, frozen feelings, and so on and so forth. I can't play music and listen to music the same way that I used to anymore, just because I've gotten so much more intelligent and complex, really. I I listen to podcasts all the time because the podcasts right now, honestly, like if I had to say, like podcasts right now are feeding my soul. It really is because I have an intellectual need that is not being met right now. And I love Dan and I love my honey bunny, but he and I don't talk at the level that I need, you know? So even though I'm not talking to the podcast because you just listen, but I'm getting my intellectual stimulation, my mental stimulation through the podcasts. You know, I have a lot of opinions and things of that nature. I just don't know how to focus it and how to get it out and so on and so forth. So that's why I want to make the videos. But anyway, the only person that I can think of that would help me, I think successfully right now, is the only person that I can think of. It's just that is my friend Davina Randall. Whichever way you want to go through it, you know, we have our ups and downs and we're on an up right now. And I thought I put that on airplane mode. We have our ups and downs, and right now we're on our up. And I know that her and I are probably the only people that can have a conversation at the level that I like to have a conversation on, you know? You know, I listen to all these podcasts so much because, like, I want to do something more creatively. I like to sing. I know I can carry a tune. I just need to kind of find my voice and work on it and so on and so forth because I feel like I have a lot of talents and right now they're suppressed. I'm suppressed right now. And I want to bring it out and I need to practice, and this is my form of practicing because and I do it here at work. Obviously, I keep doing all these videos at work. And I do them at work because I'm completely alone. The store is closed. It's in the morning. It's about 9 o'clock a.m. I open at 10. And this is the only time that I have peace and quiet. I don't feel judged. There's no one in the store. There's no one here. And I can be myself and I can speak and I can, you know, live my truth and do everything, you know. So that's why I do them here at work. At home, I have a really hard time doing it at home. Plus the lighting's all messed up at work too. I mean, at home. So, anyways. I don't know what I'm going to do with this video. I really have no idea what I'm going to do with this, but I wanted to just get some thoughts out. So I guess this is an update video. This is an update video. This is an update video. And I'm okay. Like, I'm obviously not like going hungry or anything like that, but my soul is not okay right now. I'm very unhappy. I want to be happy. I'm not depressed, but I need to work on my spirituality. I need to work on my soul. I need to work on my inner self. I love myself. I'm not unhappy with myself per se. Just because on Twitter I look at so much body positivity and stuff like that, and I really feed on that, and it has really helped me quite a bit to kind of just really love myself, my outer self. But right now what's really hurting is my inner self. And I really don't know where to go about it. I don't have anybody to talk to right now. I mean, I have my friend, you know, I have Davina that I spoke about and stuff like that, but she's so busy and she's got so much stuff on her own. And I don't know, I just struggle. I'm struggling right now to find somebody that I can talk to. Even though people would say, you know, you can always talk to me and so on and so forth. And I appreciate it. I really do. But there's just a level of comfortability that I don't have with you. If you feel that I can, you know, that you can reach out to me and tell me, hey, you know, you can always talk to me and so on and so forth. I get it. But there's just a level of comfortability that I have and I can't let my guard down. It's hard for me, excuse me. It's hard for me to let my guard down, so that I can trust you and speak openly and so on and so forth, just because either it's not really so much about judgment, because I really don't care necessarily if you're judging me or not. It's not about judgment. It's about lack of understanding. But I hope you don't take it personally. Like, it's not about, you know, it's not anything personal. It's just that I have a requirement of the level of connectivity that I have with you, that if it's not present, I don't even want to engage, and that's what it is for me. So don't take it personal. It's just that I have a certain requirement that I need in order for me to open up to you. I'm complicated, and maybe not as complicated as I'm making it sound, but that's just the way that I feel, and that's what it is. Anyways, but I want to get better, and like I was saying, on my days off, like, I just go home and I shut down. Danny and I just shut down. We just watch TV and we catch up, and I watch The Real Housewives of, New York, or Beverly Hills is on right now, and I'm living for it. And it makes me happy and it brings me joy, but it's not enough fulfillment. So, this is just a step on my journey. I need to figure it out. I need more people to talk to. I'm having a hard time reaching out. I'm making these videos and I'm talking to myself essentially and you all through the video. But I'm having a hard time right now finding real people that I can speak to. And, someone suggested me, or I actually knew, but it was suggested to me also about therapy. And right now we're going through the conversion, and I'm gonna get a whole new set of benefits, health benefits, and I don't know what that's gonna look like, but it's gonna be in April, and we're March 2nd, so I don't know what's gonna end up happening. But anyways, opening up a book, like I spoke to, I don't want to call him my doctor, but he has been the person I've seen the last year. Um, just because I don't know if I trust him necessarily. I went to him on a recommendation because he's a male and I need a male doctor, and he's gay. And I just I needed somebody that can understand me, or I could feel that I can understand me. But even though he's gay and he's all those things and he's a nice enough guy, I still don't have that trust with him. So anyways, he's just a doctor that I've seen, and he told me, I asked him, I was like, can I get a recommendation? What do you think I should do? Or so on and so forth. And he didn't really have anything to say, and that's part of my problem with him too. It was just, I don't know, I don't even know if he cared enough. But anyways, he told me that I needed to just look in a book and just kind of go through the reviews and just go through the process. And I believe that that's the process. I think that's the right way of going through it. I mean, I can always talk to people and ask, like, do you go to therapy? Yes. Oh, great. Who are you seeing? Really? What's he specialize in? And just kind of engaging and asking those questions. But you know, I don't, again, I'm not close enough to anybody that I can ask those questions and say, hey, I need therapy. But I don't know. I have to figure that out, and see if I can go to therapy just so I can get some of this stuff out, because I really don't have anybody to talk to right now. Even though I have Dan, it's just Dan and I, like, I'm complex, and I tell him all my complexities, and he's listening. I know he listens or whatever, but I don't get what I need, um, because he's going through a lot of the stuff for the first time, and this is like my third go around with all kinds of different stuff, and I need just more guidance and just somebody that understands a little bit better. And again, it just goes back to me having that level of comfortability. Like, I mean, I could tell Dan, sometimes I break down and I cry and so on and so forth, but he listens, and it's important, and I guess it keeps me afloat. But I need a little bit more. Right now, I need more. I need more. Um, so I want to figure it out. Um, and I want to work on myself. I want to work on me. I want to really work on me, because I know that working on the inner me is going to help me outwardly. You know, because right now, because since I'm frozen, I'm frozen. I really say that I'm frozen because that's exactly what it feels like. I'm frozen. I feel barricaded in. I feel suppressed, just because there's so many things that weigh so heavy on me. But I feel like if I can work on the inner me, I'll be able to work on. I will be able to work outwardly, and I know that it's going to be a domino effect. I know that I'm going to be able to, you know, if I start somewhere and move in a positive direction, I'm going to be able to start latching onto things as I see them and then work from this point. So if I started here and I'm low, then I get to here and then this is going to trigger and this is going to start happening and then I move up higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and once I get to a certain level or whatever, then I'm going to be able to I have a feeling I'm gonna get somewhere, and I just need to get somewhere right now. That's what I need to do. I need to get somewhere. Even though I'm working and I'm not, like I'm not in the gutter. I'm not, I have a lot of comfort. Danny and I are very comfortable. Danny works really hard. I work really hard, and so on and so forth. But and I know that there's a lot of unfortunate people. I'm sorry, a lot of yeah, I guess unfortunate people that are in situations that they really can't get out of, and so on and so forth, or they have a hard time getting out from because they have a lot more heavier things that are weighing on them, responsibilities and such, children, mental disabilities or diseases or whatever it is, a situation. I don't have like a drinking problem. I don't have any dependencies or anything like that, thank God. Sometimes I wish that I had a dependency on something because it would be an outlet. Like sometimes I look at people and I see them smoking, and I see another coworker. I see one of my coworkers, and she just, you know, when she's feeling stressed, I see her just take to the thing, and then I could just see the release. And I spoke about it briefly with a couple of people, and they're like, "Oh God, you don't want to smoke." And I know I don't want to smoke. I know I don't want to smoke, but I see the relief, and oh God, I just right now work is so stressful, and it has been stressful, and it's always stressful, but it's just specifically stressful right now again. It has been worse, but right now it's just stressful, and I want to just make moves to make it better, because frankly I want to leave this job. It's too stressful, and there are worse things in the world. But I was talking to my doctor. I was talking to the doctor. He's not my doctor. I don't have that relationship with him. But he was telling me that in the job field that I am, it's one of the most stressful, jobs that you can have, and it's difficult. He hears people, and that's like the number one or two most stressful job. To have or whatever. But I want to leave because I want to get happier. Um, I want to have a little bit more job security because I do not have job security. One day I have a job here, and the next month I don't. You're as good as your previous month. And if you have a bad month, I mean, if you have a really good relationship with your boss, like you'll get like another chance or whatever. But if you don't have a good relationship with your boss, you can be blindsided. Really, you can be blindsided. Like last month, I didn't have a great month at all. But traffic was really slow, and people were just not in the mood of buying, and it was what it was. But I had some really successful months, and things were really good. So my boss, up until today's only the second. I haven't heard anything yet, but every month it's like any day, any hour of the day, I can get a phone call, and it's like, you're out of here, or we're going to change this. And it's just a huge change. And I move to another store, and just my pay is cut. Like this, it's just never ending. It's never ending. Every day I'm always fighting for my job. I have no job security here at all. you know and I speak to my regional VP or my regional directors and stuff like that, and like I think he likes me on a personal level, but I do not think he likes me on a professional level. And he skirts around the way that he feels about me, and he doesn't have to directly say it. I mean, I do pick up on verbal cues. I'm a very sensitive person. I pick up on a lot of just subtle changes. If you cut your hair and so on and so forth, I can tell. I can see that something changed. So, anyways, he skirts around the way that he really feels about me, and I know it's just I know he likes me on a personal level, but I know he does not like me on a professional level. And I know it's nothing personal. It's just work. It's just a job, you know. So I did take it personal at one point, but not anymore. Like I get it, I understand, but that still doesn't help me on the interim. Like I'm still fighting for my job, you know, every month. Um, and you know, I'm trying to work with my team. Like some of these people out here, like they take on the entire store on their shoulders to get where they need to go. And I have a hard time doing that because that means that I have to work extra hard plus the other managerial stuff that I have to do. So now in this new store, I really have to depend on my team to help me out. So that means that I have to, you know, train and coach and develop and so on and so forth. But that's also another job, you know. And I know that the company wants me to do that, but sometimes like when it's like the, you know, 3/4 the way into the month and we're here and we really need to be like up here, we would really love to see you up here, you know. Well, 3/4 of the month out, all right dude, you gotta like start doing your, you gotta start taking it all on you, and it's all on you now. You need to come up with those numbers and so on and so forth. And it's like it changes so much, and I don't want it. I just want consistency. I don't want to be bored, but maybe I would settle for bored. Like one of my other coworkers is telling me that he wants to take a payroll job um, at a produce company near where he lives, up slightly north in Oxnard. You know, I don't know. He says that he's gonna get paid better if he can get the job. He's gonna get paid better, and it's just payroll. It's 9 to 5. It's Monday through Friday. Weekends off. Oh my God, that sounds so amazing. You know. But then other people would say, "Oh, I wish that I wish that I had a different job. I don't wish for a cubicle job like that." You know. Um, because it's so boring and I want just more excitement and so on and so forth. Okay, being on this side where you're always fighting for your job, you know, every month, anxiety, stress level, goals, and, you know, all that stuff. Like, I pray for a boring job because at least with a boring job, I have at least enough energy to do something fun outside of work, you know? Here I am, it's exciting, it's changing and stressful and so on and so forth and all that, but when I get out of here I'm so tired, exhausted, and drained that I do nothing when I get at work. So honestly, if there was two evils, I would take the other one. I'd rather be bored at work and then do something exciting after than be totally stressed and changed and fast paced or whatever while I'm working, um, and then be drained after and then want to do nothing. So I'd rather take the boring job. Absolutely, hands down. Being on this side. You have your own opinion, but that's my take on it. So, anyways, I'm on 40 minutes, almost approaching. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. It took me a minute. It took me a minute to kind of get it out, like, you know, to start talking. I wasn't talking. And see, like when I first start the video, I think to myself, "Oh my God, like I have so many thoughts going in my head." And then I start the video and I'm quiet and I have nothing and it's a slow start and so on and so forth. And then I, you know, just keep pushing and just say, "Nope, just keep the camera on, keep the camera on." And hopefully you'll catch up. And I did. So I'm really excited. I'm going to have to do some editing, but I'm excited to do it. And I'm going to edit 40 minutes of video, which isn't too bad. I just have to sit there and actually do the work. But I'm excited to do it. I really wanted to give you this update, just to kind of check in with everybody, just to let you know. I have a very, very few followers, but you know, I'm going to share this on a couple of media platforms just to kind of give an update to those that do not follow me, but follow me like on Instagram or on Twitter and stuff. Twitter, I don't really have anybody personal in my life. I do have a lot of followers. I have almost 500. I've been trying to crack 500 and I just cannot get over 500. I'm going to have to take my top off for that one. But anyways, I digress. but I want to post it on a couple of other social media platforms because I do have a lot of people that actually follow me and look at my stories and my pictures and so on and so forth. That would probably, and people from my past that I believe you would like to see how I'm doing right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. Thank you.